Folks, the next Hack City is Friday, August 8th. It's just a few days after Mike's daughter's first birthday, where according to Korean custom, she will choose her fate. Your fate to come to Hack City. That's August 8th, 7:30 p.m. at Union Hall in Brooklyn. Ticket link in the episode description or Google Hack City Comedy. See you there.
My cousin has like a 8-year-old, and this kid just on YouTube all the time. And one time we're all together, and he just goes, "Sometimes I like to just go beef in the comments." I'm like, that's the internet. Yeah, that's everything. Who's responding.
Okay, boys and girls, this is another episode of the Redacted, Not Redacted podcast, the podcast with all your Asian friends. And it's Mike Nguyen. Jenny, once again, is living her best life. She will be back. She'll be back next week. So hang in there. I know it's been a lot of bros. Last week was Vic and Art. This week we got even more men on, and I want to apologize for that. But it this is who responded. Okay, it was like midnight, and I was like, oh shit, I need to record some episodes, and I just like spammed a bunch of people, and these are the people. Men are like a lot of times we're at midnight, we're on Instagram and we're seeing if anyone's DMing us, not even in a hookup way, just like, is anyone out there for a human connection? And these guys responded, and that's all I wanted to say about that. So these guys are here, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think you're going to like it, but don't worry. Jenny will be back. It'll be great. If you're listening, don't forget to take a screenshot, post it on your Instagram stories, tag us at Asian Not Asian Pod. That's how it works. That's it. We tell you to tell your friends about this podcast, but people don't talk to each other face-to-face anymore. It's all Instagram stories. So just do that, and I think it'll help. Leave a review on the Apple Podcast app. You can also leave a comment on Spotify. Follow us on Spotify. A lot of folks on Spotify. I like that. YouTube, you can go on YouTube, leave a comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Come hang out on YouTube. I said it last time, but YouTube is fun. There's like a good group of people there. I don't know who they are, but they have funny usernames, and they have deep, like, they reference deep cuts. Like, there are things that they reference sometimes that I don't remember doing. That happens to me all the time. If you do a podcast, which I don't recommend you do, but if you do a podcast, people will come up to you and say, "Oh, remember this thing you said?" Don't remember. I say so many things on here. Most of it shouldn't even be put onto digital media, but a lot of it people say, and then they'll come back to me and I don't remember. So it's a good group. Come hang out on YouTube. It's a lot of fun. And of course, patreon.com/AsianNotAsianPod, the best way to support the podcast. We are recording still on a very hot day, New York City, and it's a lot of, I don't even know what I would say about it. It hasn't been that humid. It's been okay. It could be worse. I'm waiting for it to like really hit me in the face. We had a couple days where it was really nasty, but where it is very humid is inside of this podcast studio. It's actually pretty nice outside, and in here it is extremely humid. So take that for what it is. I am sweating like crazy, but this is what we do for y'all. For the listeners, we will do whatever it takes, okay? We're just going to bring on our guests. Our guests this week both are two of my favorite comics. This is not me just like bullshitting you, okay? These are some of my favorite comics online and on stage. Some of them one of them I've known for like a very long time, and I have only just now started talking to him in real life. we have just now said the most words back and forth to each other ever. I think I was just like too intimidated to talk to him because you'll see. They both happen to be named Dan, which I didn't plan on, but this is how it is, okay? Please help me welcome Dan Harumi and Dan Yang.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Is your name legally Dan, or are you actually Daniel?
I'm actually just Dan.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, really?
What the fuck?
That's my lifelong struggle.
Really?
Yeah. I've almost considered like legally changing it to Daniel just to make it easier for people.
Because do people call you Daniel first?
I think it's naturally, if you call up yourself Dan, eventually someone's going to slip up. But it's like you got to at some point you just got to explain.
I remember my first like real job ever, like on all the official forms, I filled out Dan. but then they paid me out. Like all my docs on their side were under Daniel.
Oh, yeah.
Because they thought I was just an idiot and didn't know my name. But then all like my paychecks still went through, and now I'm like, I don't even know
Who you are.
Yeah, like does it matter what you put
Well, some people, some Asian guys, literally don't have. They just change their name. They just pick a name.
Well, I was
So
going to
I'm
say.
legally, my ID does say Dan Harumi, but sometimes you meet a guy named Brian, and then you actually talk to him. It's
Yeah,
like, no,
and
my
it's
name's
actually
Dung.
it's
Yeah,
actually
it's-
Zhao or some shit like that.
Do you have a middle name?
Nah.
Me neither. I'm just Dan Yang.
What the fuck?
That's
Wait,
it.
so you guys don't have
Middle name
These are
is-
your government names. These aren't your
That's
name.
my ID says Dan Yang. Yeah.
right.
Dan Harumi. But
Wow.
middle name is
Wow.
not really like an Asian thing.
It's kind of not a thing. It's
I mean,
kind of
that's
not
like
a thing.
a thing that's for like, I mean, you meet like, Latino people that have
right,
like
and they
12
got,
names.
like, 12 names.
Yeah.
Because it's like a lineage thing. But I think in Asian culture, you don't actually keep your like mother's maiden name.
No,
in there.
you
Yeah.
you get rid of the mother side completely, and you just like that just disappears.
Well, I
You know
think
what I'm
it's
saying?
also, it's like in Asian cultures, usually the last name goes first.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like a surname, first name.
Yeah.
There's not like, we're not going to stuff a bunch of stuff in the
Yeah.
middle.
This
My-
is a-
Yeah, my middle name is my Vietnamese name, and so I think that's like their way of doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So what's
Also,
your
but
full?
My full name is Michael Zui Nguyen. And so
Okay.
my middle name is a Vietnamese name. For my sisters, it's also like that. But also Vietnamese names are kind of weird because we have like multi names. It's also like last names first, but then like we'll have like there's names where it's like my win or something like that, right? So it's like two names, two words as a name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know if we have middle names normally. Yeah, I never thought about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think this new generation of, at least on the Chinese side, the Americanized, they do it to fit in, but just Dan Yang here.
Dan Yang.
I know that there's the football players like Amon Ross St. Brown and Equinemius St. Brown. Their last name is Brown, but their dad just added St. Brown to their last names because it sounded cool.
I mean, it does sound fine.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like what Asian people do with, like, I could have been Dan St. Yang.
Well, you always think about it as being like, it seems like there's rules to it, but there really isn't.
There are no
Yeah.
When you're
rules.
at the hospital and the baby's born, you can tell them anything.
Yes,
And,
you can.
Yeah, you can spell it funny. You can change things up. It's like,
It's a high pressure situation as someone who's had to name two people because it's just a form that you drop off on a box. It's not like some like you don't take it to like a judge
Yeah.
who then like certifies it. You just literally just say anything you want and then just put it into like a box.
Yeah.
And it's like
So if you spell it wrong by accident,
Yes.
then your kid is just that.
yeah, you're just that forever, and then you just have
Wow.
to live with it. You know,
Are you keeping your kids' names off the pod, I assume?
I've said them before. I guess so.
The
I don't
real
know.
Asian podheads will find out.
The real Asian, yeah. You have to subscribe to the Patreon in order to find out my kids' names.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, though, when we were both born, somebody at the hospital was asking our parents, like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so you know, this isn't how they usually do it. Yeah, there's more to it usually.
Do you know why you're named Dan? Is there a name for some reason?
No, I mean my family's.
Is
like,
it easy to say for Japanese people? How about that?
Not really. I mean, in Japanese, it's Dan is like it's like if you're like a black belt in karate.
Right,
Yeah.
yes,
Like
I was
each-
thinking about
each
that. Yeah,
ranking
yeah.
is a Dan,
I know
whatever.
that from
Right.
Tekken.
Yeah, but it's like it's not like most Japanese names. It's like a vowel at the end. You very
Oh,
rarely
right.
end on a consonant
Dano.
in Japanese. Yeah. But like the rest of my family on my father's side, all the men are named like that's like a numbering system, like Ichiro, Jiro.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So there's like it was once it got to me, that's when they just stopped doing numbers. So it's
Really?
like I think that my parents just wanted to pick a name. So.
They wanted just like, okay. They didn't want to keep going with the sweet. I mean, that sounds sweet.
The thing is
having
with
a name
numbers,
lineage
you
like
do
that.
reach 10 at a certain point.
Okay.
So I
but
think,
there
my,
is a
brother,
li-
I think
there
my
is-
brother hit 10, and it's like you got to start over at Ichiro again.
Oh.
And he wouldn't be Ichiro if you're the second, because I have my older brother, so I wouldn't be Ichiro if I'm the second son. So I think it gets, yeah.
There's no 11.
There's no 11. Not
There
in,
is.
in Japanese culture, there's
They
no
only count
11.
to 10,
They just
yeah.
stop to 10.
But it's like when you're numbering, you do got to wrap around at a certain point.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not going to
that's
get
true.
to like,
we're not
60 or
we're
something.
not doing the base.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
base 10
Yeah.
system fucked us up.
I know that my parents named me Dan after Dan Rather.
No shit, really?
Yeah, because they moved to this country and just like didn't know English or like American culture.
Right,
And, like
right.
he was the guy on TV.
He was
every
someone on
night.
TV.
So they're like, well, this is like a respected. This is the number one guy.
See, I bet his name's Daniel, though.
Yeah, but
I
they
bet you his name is Daniel. Or actually, I bet you maybe it's just Dan. Maybe he's also a Dan.
we got to find it. I never met another just straight up Dan. This is big.
Well,
day
I
for
feel
me.
like, but yeah, I always assume when I meet another Dan that it's actually like a kind of fraudulent
Short
thing.
for Daniel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's fun.
Did you ever do the comedy show where it's all guys named
Yeah,
Dan?
yeah.
I was so pissed off that they didn't ask me to do it.
Oh, really?
And then they didn't add, I was like, no way. I looked at the lineup. I'm like, all right, that's fair enough. And then I was like, I'm definitely getting the call this next time. And then they did a second show. I'll be like, what the fuck? How many Dans could there possibly be in the city?
And they start getting like Danilos and
exactly.
Danielles and
then eventually they did get to me on like the third one, and I went there and it was bad. But I was
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
there
you
you
want
go.
to get the call. I like to
you
think
wanna
I'm in the top, at least 20.
oh yeah, I did the first or second one and it was also bad, so that didn't change.
I mean, that's when people make these little shows in the city. It's like, what?
Yeah,
Who's supposed to come to that show?
this city
Comedian's
is
named Dan.
There's a market for this kind of audience there.
This city is nothing but little shows.
It's just the most specific show there is that
Yeah.
you can possibly like a show just for runners, or a
Yeah.
show for
Yeah.
for people whose parents are divorced but got remarried.
And you say that, but then in my head, I'm
No,
like,
for
that
sure.
would be a
That
good
would be
show.
that's a
Runners.
fire show. We should do a running show. Yeah, it's actually been tricky doing this setting up because you're both named Dan. You're both, and then I just have to do the thing where I point at the Dan I'm talking to. So like this Dan. Maybe I can call you Tall Dan.
Sure.
Has anyone ever have you ever had nicknames like that?
Oh yeah, but they're all based on Yang. I think I got a lot of Yang. It's also Yang's an easy word to like throw around. I get a lot of people, and people have told me this, that I'm like a first and last name guy, like
Dan Yang.
yeah.
Do you have a lot of white friends? Because that
Oh,
seems
yeah.
like a
That
white
is a
guy
white
friend.
guy thing,
White
yeah.
guys like to use the last name as like a youngster, that kind of
A
shit.
lot of that, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
And I have friends that call last name or first name depending, and I don't know what the delineation there is, but some people are last name guys. But you're Mike, like Mike is Mike.
Yes, but then I had the thing where I wanted to be special because there's a lot of Michael Nguyen's, and so I spell my name the way I spell it, M-I-C, which I kind of regret because nobody ever says it Mike, everybody says it Mick, and so it's a like, when you're in your 20s, you want to you think you're a special snowflake, and you want to stand out and be your own person, and then you come up with, I don't know, this was my thing to be cool, and now it's just like a cringy thing. It's like the first tattoo I ever got. It's like at the time I was like, this really means something, and now I'm looking at it and I'm like, this is stupid, but now I'm I'm coming around to owning again. I'm just like, all right, it's just who I am.
When did you go by MIC, Mike?
When?
Yeah, like the whole time?
Is that a comedy thing?
No, so I tried to find when I was, and so I used the only thing which is the closest thing I have to a diary, which is my Google Gmail account, and I just put in quotes Mike Nguyen, and I can't find when I started. I don't remember. But I want to say
that's not like a nickname though, because it does sound the same.
No,
Yeah.
and I used to try to use another name in college. This is even more cringy. I tried to use my middle name for a while in college, and so there are some people in college who call me by my middle name, and then I was like, this is stupid, and so I just went with Michael or Mike, and then I started spelling it, I think that way, right after college.
Did you do the Mike when you got all your tattoos? I feel like those go concurrent.
It probably stems from the same mental trauma.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest with you. It's all makes.
But it fits now. It all works out.
It kind of, yeah. And now I also don't want to use MIC. I mean, I guess I do. And also now I don't want any more tattoos because I'm just sort of I'm too old. Just call me Michael Nguyen. Just call me by my social security number. It doesn't fucking matter.
I always thought Fumi should have stuck with Masafumi. That is such a better sounding name to me.
Well, that's the thing is that I think
Fumi sounds like a girl's name.
but to you it sounds like a girl's name.
Doesn't it though?
Yeah, it's very
Kind There's too many
flowy.
There's too many
Masafumi sounds
vowels.
like a pitcher or something.
Yeah.
Well, but I think there's something about seeing those many words, those many letters all together to white people that trips them up. Even though it's very simple, it actually they'll just ching chong. They'll just go right into saying something like that.
It sounds like I don't know, tough though to me. Maybe it's just associations, whatever.
Masafumi.
Yeah, you could probably dig into my brain about why I think that, but
Masafumi.
It's very,
I would have stuck with that.
It
very,
sounds.
it
It looks like it's working out for him. So I want.
I mean,
clearly.
it is working out for him. Maybe he gets. I mean, let's just say this though. There'll never be the Fumi a comedy show named with people only named Fumi.
That's true.
Well, here.
Oh man, but in Kyoto, oh shit! You guys ready for some comedy? Well, thanks for coming on the show. You guys are what I would say. You guys are the king of hot takes. This is a hot take episode, and you guys have really good hot takes, and do good hot takes online, which I think is there's a moment right now I feel about hot takes are having a thing. Would you say? Would you agree?
Yeah. Can I ask, have you done Subway takes?
How do
have
you
you guys
get on
done?
this show?
I think you just
Do they got to ask you, or do they?
I haven't done it, but I think I could get on. But I think it's just ask the people who we know who've been on to tell.
Oh, that's what I do. Is I don't ask.
Yeah. I always assume that somebody that's going to be like a secret email that gets passed to you or something. But now
an owl shows
They got
up.
famous people on there now. It's
They
like,
do,
clearly, this is not just like a walking in kind of situation.
But he, I think, makes so many that he needs to have people come by, and so like, I mean, you know,
He needs us.
he needs a lot of people, and
Yeah.
like, and our, the secret weapon of comedians is that we are unhinged and don't mind saying dumb shit
Right.
and being recorded.
Yeah.
Whereas like I think rich and famous people, they don't want that. They want to be like very, you know,
That's what the
regimented
job
in
I
their-
want to get is writing for one of these famous people.
right?
If I just give them a cool thing to say, and then that could be like, you know, that could be a job or something.
I mean, I think that is a job, like speechwriter, right? You just want to be,
But just like a
speechwriter.
take writer. I don't want
Oh,
to
a
write like a
take
whole
writer.
speech. Yeah.
Oh,
That would be
that's
sick.
good.
Yeah. If like Jalen Brunson or something has to go on the show and he's
Oh.
like, fuck, I don't know what to say, I would just write him something real quick.
I mean, kind of like the people who write, you know, the roast jokes, like
Yeah,
those,
exactly.
you know, yeah. Oh, that's a really interesting angle there. You found a new career, Dan.
Yeah, who can hook this up? That's the message here. Yeah, DM me. We can get this going.
Well, okay.
Jalen Brunson, let's talk.
So but neither of you have been on I haven't been on either. I have some I have hot takes ready in case I get the call.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that great. I don't think, you know, but
The show's not that great. So.
My thing is,
oh shit.
Don't listen until I'm on.
my thing is like, if I have a hot take, why wouldn't I just record it?
Yeah,
I can get a fucking million views on my Instagram. It's like I don't need to go to a train station.
But
for it.
here's the thing is that what I want to get into is that I feel hot takes. I've tried to think about it, and it's hard to come up with one that toes the line between, okay, this is like coherent, and then one that is like, okay, now this is just like straight up misinformation or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Like
Well, it's
for
like-
me, I think it's hard for me to come up with them.
you can end up in just deliberate trolling.
Right,
Where you're just
exactly.
trying to get people mad at you.
Right,
which is kind
exactly.
of the incentive of online stuff.
Yeah, and I feel you guys are like, as much as it is about kind of being impish, it is also like you guys are trying to.
I like that. Impish is good.
Impish,
yeah.
you know, you guys are imps to me.
Hell yeah.
yeah.
You guys should think of that as a last name, Dan Imp Yang and Dan Imp
I like
Harumi.
that.
It's not bad actually. Anyway, so you know, you guys are. I do feel like you're trying to make a point, even if it's like sort of as a subtext. There is like kind of a point you're trying to make that is like, I guess you could say genuine. You know, not just ironic. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, we'll get into that. But I guess the first thing I gotta ask everybody is, what kind of Asian were you this week? Do you guys have something you want to? Anything? You have it? Yeah.
Yeah. I had my brother visiting this week, so I guess I was kind of like a tourist Asian.
Is your older brother or younger? brother?
Younger.
So like I saw you posted this little thing on your stories about like you and your brother. How old is he? How much younger is he?
6 years.
So like he was like, oh, I want to go to this thing at Prudential Center.
Oh yeah, the soccer game at the Met.
Yeah, and
Or
he
not Met, not the Met. MetLife.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
different, but
yeah. Yeah, and then there was just like a cute interaction because he was like, I got you, you know, like he was like,
Oh yeah, you responded to that. Yeah, he was.
I thought it was a very wholesome moment. You know?
Yeah. Well, he's like, he's a soccer guy, and I'm a sports guy, but not necessarily. I'm not ready to drop like 200 for soccer tickets.
Oh
but
shit!
he's
Is
like,
that how much it is?
Yeah, I guess it's a big deal. It's like all the big club teams and stuff. And
Oh, that's why.
it was fun, but it's just like I don't do stuff normally.
Right.
So when someone visits, then I'm like, I guess I'll go to, you know.
Yeah, that's how you end up at the museum or something.
Exactly. That's the only time I go to
The
museums.
M&M
yeah.
store.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought it was a cute, like, you guys have a good relationship, and I don't know. I feel like that's like unusual sometimes between siblings. Is like, you know, I always think about that now.
Do you have siblings? Or?
I do. I have two sisters. You know,
You guys went. I guess maybe the same, being both.
but
Brothers,
just like,
maybe,
but like that banter, because he almost seemed like, you know, like your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we banter.
That's cute.
The Yangs are bantering for sure.
Are you?
Yeah, we just walked around. It was hot as hell, but like, yeah. Aside from like doing comedy or like I guess pods, I don't leave my house, so it's good to like go eat out and stuff.
I always sometimes I have a friend who's visiting next month, and he used to live here like maybe a decade ago, and he's like, hey, you know, tell me where all the spots are. What's the new thing I gotta try? And I literally have no idea. I don't know. I have the thing that when you first moved to New York City that enthralled you is the thing you're going to be loyal to, and then you just stop learning new things in my mind, because I'm like, oh, you got to go to this cronut spot.
Yeah, and even then, it's like you can get this most of this shit wherever.
Yeah.
I have like the taco shop I always go to, but
Right.
it's not even that good. It's by my house. So
It's just the one
where
that's
I'm gonna
near
go.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cheaper than the other one, so
Right.
I always go to this one. But
Yeah.
it's like I wouldn't go from out of town.
Right. So like
Yeah.
if whenever out of towners tell me where to go, I'm just like, well, here's where I go to get drunk. Do you want to go there? Like
Yeah.
that's what I go where I go.
Joe's Pizza. It's good pizza.
Joe's Pizza. I go to Joe's
Yeah.
Pizza and
It'll
it's
be-
legit, you
yeah.
know. But like it's not like I don't otherwise I'm like I don't know where do TikTok people go? Like you can go to one of those, although I would never go to one of those.
Yeah.
You know, as a I feel real New Yorker, you go to the place that's just like near your house. That's
Yeah.
like where you go.
Yeah, and it's like even if I'm in like LES a lot. Like I play
Yeah.
the weekly basketball game out there. I go there, play basketball, and I go home.
Right.
And like this time we went out and like there's all these little shops but like I'm never going back unless someone visits. You're just accumulating places to go. So next time someone visits, it's like, oh, I went to this place once.
Was there anything for our listeners super fire that they have to check out in Lower East
No,
Side?
not really.
Really?
It's all like little hamburgers now.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Little
smash
hamburgers.
burgers.
Or just
yeah.
like a store that just sells like fucking seltzers or something.
It's a boutique or something.
Yeah.
Do you? I feel like you're like streetwear adjacent. Are you into that?
Yeah,
Like, did you take
I have
him
my
anywhere?
eye on it, but yeah.
You didn't take him anywhere. Is your brother into that sort of shit?
Now my brother only wears white tees and black pants, which is kind of where I got that from.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
I mean,
like,
I bet you there's a store that just does that.
oh
on the
yeah,
Lower
yeah.
East Side.
There's probably like both on the cheap side, expensive side.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Yeah, they got it all, dude.
Okay, all right.
There's too many stores. This was one of my takes, not to get into it, but it's like every city is kind of the same at a.
I
at a
think,
certain point.
I think, and especially now more so.
Yeah.
Every city, like New York City, is still special, but it's like flattening out. It's getting to the point where, sometimes if I don't know, like very rarely if I go on the road, I'll go to like whatever some town or some city, and I'm like, this is basically New York City, except not as grimy, but it's
Yeah.
essentially the same thing.
Yeah, I guess New York does feel different, but then like I'll go to like DC and then like Boston, like these could be the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, all the chain stores. and
all the
everything.
chain stores,
Yeah.
breweries are everywhere.
I was like, oh, there's a park I can sit in.
Okay, great.
That's what's funny about the Lower East Side, though, is it is like chain stores, but it's like Delancey Street, Essex Street McDonald's is
Yeah.
like a special McDonald's.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's where shit goes down.
Yes.
So it's like you've been to McDonald's before, but this is probably one you actually want to stop at because
Yeah.
you're going to see something wild.
Yeah.
yeah. You want to see a fist fight?
That's where the
between
guy
a
pulled
worker?
out an axe during a fight.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
yeah.
The legendary axe moment. online. Yeah, it's still there.
It's good being around similarly online people. I'm like, yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
Well, it's all there's McDonald's, Delancey, Essex, and 14th and First.
Yeah.
Those are like the legend, and also West Village McDonald's, but that's closed now. But there are certain McDonald's in the city where it's like, I don't know where everybody chose this one, but it's like, this is where it goes down.
This is where shit goes down.
Yeah.
I know that one. I've also almost been in a fight in that one. Personally,
Yeah.
I've been.
It is like a Mortal Kombat level.
Right. Yeah. You punch him and you get to the next
Even
level.
the
You know how it's
people
two
who work
stories?
there don't even like get phased.
They really don't.
Yeah. This is just like, let's get ready to rumble when you walk
Yeah.
into a McDonald's.
It's great too that they still serve food. You know,
Yeah. I
It is
forget
still
about
McDonald's. Yeah,
it's still straight up
That's
McDonald's.
what's
And like
funny.
you'll get in a fight and then you'll be like, all right, I'll take a number two. You know.
It's funny you mentioned that one because my brother's been to New York a couple times. He's seen all the main stuff. And for the most part, it's like no one cares about that. But he was actually like kind of starstruck by the Myrtle Broadway.
Yes.
Oh,
The
yeah.
3 stores.
Yo!
Dunkin'
Yeah.
Donuts.
It's
and
crazy.
Checkers. Yeah.
So I used to live off of that stop, and
Yeah.
I'd always see it, and now it's like become a thing.
Yeah, people love
I
it.
see like dioramas people make of it.
I don't get it. These stores are everywhere. Well, it's 3
Well,
chain
there's
stores
something-
next to each other.
There, I think my thing is that in that stop there's like a kind of like pretty much permanent encampment there as well, and there's something. It's kind of like McDonald's where it's like every subway stop, but shit pops off here.
Yeah.
There's
But that one little row of stores, it's people always post that.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like
know.
these stores are everywhere.
Yeah. It is a hilarious like 3 in a row like
Yeah.
combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you eaten? I mean, I love Popeye, so I go to there.
I
all
love
the time.
Popeyes. I don't go to
love
that one,
Popeyes.
but I go to Popeyes.
I
There's
love
good
Popeyes.
Popeyes and bad Popeyes in the
Oh, you
city.
think so?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, this another Popeyes like 2 more stops up. That's much better now.
Yeah.
Two more stops.
Knickerbocker Avenue. On the
Oh, the
a good
Knickerbocker one. Oh, I haven't been to. See, I'm learning so much, guys.
You got a kid. You can't go out to late night Popeyes every day.
Well, I
you
can
could.
take my kiss. Hey, learn about your culture. You
I
know?
think I bumped into you one time in front of. I was going to a Taco Bell and you had a kid.
Yeah.
And I think that's our live. Like, 'cause I was like in basketball shorts going to Taco Bell and you had your wife and kid in a stroller. I'm like, all right, well. this is what we did.
Were you going to the Taco Bell cantina? That
Yeah,
one?
I think it's a canteen. It's on Fulton. The one by.
The one right off of Nostrand?
Yeah.
I feel that one could also be memed. There's like a memeableness there.
Yeah, I just
know?
feel like people go to that Myrtle Broadway a lot to like party and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's. I mean, it is still Bushwick.
It's the entrance way. It's the gateway to Bushwick. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
true.
it's a beautiful entryway to
It is the gates to Bushwick for
Yeah,
sure.
it's nice. Look how many hot takes we've got already so far. So that's a great. What kind of Asian were you? Dan, other Dan, other Dan.
Yeah.
Harumi.
I was like buying fruit. I was at the produce store, and
Yes.
I was like scrutinizing like the pears and stuff because they got like fancy pears and like the little like the Korean ones.
Yeah, inside the little foam thingy.
I didn't even end up buying it because it was like they weren't good. But I
Oh,
feel
really?
like the people at the store must have looked at me like this guy knows what he's looking at. Anybody else would have just walked out with those fancy looking pears, but he knows they're not ripe. So it's like I think Asian people have they have a relationship with produce.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
The Asians and the Latinos they're a produce culture.
Did you have Wait, is it? Can you do that with any produce, or does it has to be only pears or apples?
Oh, I know what a pear should look like.
Right.
But there is something specific about the Korean, whatever it is.
Korean
like the,
Asian
the
pears?
fancy one that
Yeah.
comes with the special doily on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Or
Like a
it's-
little like styrofoam thing.
Yeah, the-
yeah.
they're-
But they don't
they
put
cost-
those on regular pears
No,
that you
they're-
get from like Argentina or something.
No,
So
no.
it's like, but once you feel it, you can. There's something about a pear where you can tell what the inside is, even if the outside isn't
Yeah.
soft yet. But it's like I have like maybe I'm
sense?
just born with it. Yeah. In Japan, people love that kind of stuff too. It's
Yeah,
like
you
any
guys-
kind of fruit that has like an extra thing on it.
You guys love your packaging, you know?
Yeah, it's like a watermelon that comes in a certain kind of thing, or like like a special
Right.
apple.
A strawberry that's a cube or
Special
something.
apple.
Yeah, well,
no,
there's
for
like
sure.
special apples that they don't export.
They're
Where
just
it's
trying to
like-
create
That's
like
only
a-
just for us.
Yeah. Well, there's places in like Manhattan where you can buy strawberries that came from Japan.
Right. Yes. I
Where
know
it's
what
like
these are.
$40 for
They're super
strawberries.
expensive.
Yeah, I've never had one, but it's like I bet you it's worth every penny.
They look beautiful.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous. Yeah.
This is what happens when a culture decides to make a fruit
And they just
one of their identities.
when they put all their experience points into fruit making.
Yeah.
It's like they're
pretty
trying to
tight.
create their own like video game items.
Yeah.
Like a special
Yes.
apple
Yeah,
and
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
square watermelon.
Well, it's
Yeah.
also in Japan because everything is lit really well. So if you go into like a convenience store, everything is like it doesn't look shitty. So it's like if the lights are all super bright and everything looks like kind of ring light, it's like you got to make the fruit look nice, or
Yes.
else the fruit's not going to sell.
Yes.
Whereas like you go to some places, especially like poor countries, where it's just like
Yeah. The
shitty-
lighting is not immaculate.
Yeah,
there.
there's flies and stuff everywhere, so the
that.
fruit can look kind of bad.
Right.
But it's like if you actually want to sell some fruit, you gotta step it up.
I mean, it's a very, I feel like Japanese thing where like it's not just the eating of it; it's the full experience of
Yeah,
like
the aesthetics.
seeing the fruit, selecting the fruit, turning the fruit over in your hand, you
Yeah.
know, like smelling it, like putting it back in the box, looking at it some more, taking it out, looking at it, and then back. There's a whole thing.
It's buying a single pair.
Right,
And then,
exactly.
yeah,
It
walking
takes
all
you
the way home-
45 minutes.
Walking all the way home with a single pair.
Yeah, that you have in
to
your like perfectly folded thing.
to your
Yeah.
Tokyo studio apartment.
Right, exactly. This is why you guys are all so skinny. It takes you guys so long to pick out
Yeah,
one
it's
item to eat.
Minimalism. Yeah.
All right, so those were both excellent, and these two dudes. I think you guys check them out on their various Instagrams and or YouTubes. I don't know if you have YouTube as well.
I'm trying to get more into it, but
It's tough.
I'm lazy.
It's tough. It's tough to do. But you guys are great at hot takes, and I wanted to talk to you about a couple things about hot takes. We kind of got into it a little bit. How did you? I guess like the first. Okay, just to back up, I know Dan H from the Creek. We used to do mics all the time.
Yep.
And you used to do, and the thing with your takes that maybe your followers don't know is that I always thought you've been able to do this the whole time because all your bits are always like this. You would always come to the Greek and you would always have new bits.
Right.
Always new bits, which was
Yeah.
which was really fun for someone like the regular open mic audience because usually you hear the same jokes over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But Dan would come up there, new bars every single time. I had no idea, and they were structured in a way where it's very much like a primordial version of what you have on your Instagram now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it helps because it's like a lot of people who just do like Instagram stuff, they don't have experience doing stand up.
Yes.
So they don't know what it's like to walk into like a hostile room
Right.
where people are like looking at their phone and drunk.
Yes.
And you kind of got to get their attention.
Yes.
So you got to say something up top that's actually going to bring them in.
Yes.
And then once you have their attention, you do have to do something with it.
Yep.
So you end up having to actually pay it off.
Right.
So there's
right.
like kind of a payoff expectation kind of thing.
Well, for you have like a lot of, what a comic would call punchlines and all your, in any one of your takes, it's like every
Right.
5 seconds even. You have
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
thing.
that's also just comes from stand-up,
Right.
where it's like you can only talk for so long before you pay it off.
Well, you need to pay it
You
off.
gotta hit something at some point.
Yeah. So, like, I guess the first question is, how did you guys figure out that you could do this? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
On my end, it was like, I don't know. I'd been doing stand up, but then I know like you got to post stuff.
Yeah.
But it's hard like posting your bits because like
They take forever.
it takes forever. Like you got to get a good show, good video, good audio. You got to land the bit. The audience has to be good. You have to edit it, and you only have so many bits.
Yeah.
And like I didn't want to burn that. And then I realized, oh, you can just say shit.
Yes.
And I just had like I was tweeting a lot, and I was like, well, if I just take a tweet and add like 3 more sentences.
Oh yeah.
That's literally what I do.
Yeah.
I essentially like anything that I would have that would be a tweet. I just put my phone and then I'll just sit down in front of my camera and I'll just ramble for like 5 minutes and cut it down.
And then cut it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would initially want to do the like Usama, who I think is very funny. Does
Osama, he holds it.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, but
Yeah.
I try that. I'm like, I can't fucking do this. This is crazy. Like,
well, your setup, you got like a thing now where you start on the roof.
yeah,
You still have roof.
yeah, it's just hot. Yeah. But no, I don't like the camera in my face. I don't like analyzing my face like that. And then I don't know, holding a mic feels more natural.
You both hold mics. That's another thing. You both hold mics.
People
Is that
people
important?
comment on this a lot.
Really?
It's just I live in like the loudest apartment of all time. So it's like if I didn't do that, you would hear cars. I live right next to the subway, so you'd hear that
shit.
and you'd hear So it's
Yeah.
like a microphone is the best, and I don't like the little lav mic thing.
Yeah, but I've been trying to. We'll get into it, but like I think there is something to,
And it gives me something to do with my hands.
Yeah, you got to do something with your hands, right?
I'm
yeah.
not a very expressive kind of guy.
It's like, have you ever done a stand-up show where there's no mic?
Yeah.
It's like the fucking worst. Even if you are like, even if they brought me in and they had like the best lob in the world that would they clip to you, I would be like, no, I still need a microphone. I need to hold something.
Or like I hold a drink or something like that. Yeah.
Something.
I got to juggle or like.
Yeah, you got to juggle. You got to do some juggling. I mean, like, I feel we're in a hot take. We're in a. Okay, let's get political here. We're in a era of hot takes. You could argue that the president is also very good at hot takes, and that's how he became president, because he rambles, and every so often he drops. He's funny. I know people don't like to hear that, but he is also funny.
You can say that he is very funny. He's a very funny guy.
He's very funny. So, and there is something to the digital world, social media, social political world we live in, where hot takes are like the thing. You gotta have hot takes. There's obviously the show. You guys have this thing. Do we feel that maybe we're getting like into like a hot take bubble? Is there too many hot takes?
I think it's just with social media. The reason the hot take thing is popular is just because you're trying to go viral.
Yeah.
So it's like part of doing a video, especially if you're doing something political, you're going to get, if you have a big enough audience, you're going to get like half disagreement.
Yes.
And so it's going to be very divisive. But what's happening now is because so many people, everybody's trying to go viral at the same time. People are aiming for that now.
Yeah.
So now they're trying, it's just, kind of trolling.
Yeah.
So they're picking their bits based on like, how can I just draw a reaction out of people.
Right.
Whereas someone like Trump, though, that's just how he is.
Yes.
If you just put a microphone in front of that guy, he's just going to start talking.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
like something weird is going to come out because he's like kind of unhinged.
Yeah. I almost want. I don't know. I want to go to one of his rallies because I have a feeling that like out of a 60-minute speech, like there's like 2 minutes of it is like, oh, there's some crazy funny thing he says, and then there's like 58 minutes of like, I don't know, like kind of quasi talking about the economy it kind of goes nowhere or something.
He's got like a very melodic way of speaking that I think is easy to like not logically follow, but it's like he's like almost like a flowy rapper.
It's an easy listening of speeches.
There's a teleprompter in front of him, but he's not really. I mean, he comes back and forth to it, but like if you actually watch one of his full speeches, like 30 minutes of it is just him talking about a guy.
Yeah.
He's thinking, I knew Rick back in the day. Me and him used to eat hamburgers, and you would just be, this whole entire crowd is waiting for him to say something about immigrants.
Right.
And but he's just going through this memory Rolodex of stuff that happened in the 80s.
Yeah, let me tell you the story about this time in the 80s, when I was in this limo. You guys like limos? Yeah, and then we'll just keep
It's
going.
funny, too, is he does have certain things he comes back to. So like the Hannibal Lecter thing.
Oh,
He's always saying, yeah, there's, the late great Hannibal Lecter. He's gonna eat your face. He always points to the same, but it's like a stand-up where that's his bit.
right. That's his
So
thing.
it was
He's always
just
gonna go
6
back
straight
to.
months of the same thing going viral in different cities.
Yes.
Where he always does the Hannibal Lecter bit, and it never really goes anywhere.
Yeah, but he loves it. He loves his bit.
Well,
He
it's like
loves
a stand-up who has a bit that's like halfway there.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, this is the whole
It's
bit.
his baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
This is the big closer.
You gotta do something with it, man.
Yeah.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. These days, it feels like there's advice for everything. Take a cold plunge, write a gratitude journal, do some screen detoxes. But how do you know what actually works for you? With the internet and information overload about mental health and wellness, it can be a struggle to know what's true and what actions to take these days. Using trusted resources and talking to live therapists can get you personalized recommendations and help you break through the noise. There's one thing I do know. It's that therapy helped me. I credit what I learned in therapy with helping me become who I am today. I think it makes me a better dad, a better husband, and yeah, even a better comedian. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. And it works with an App Store rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client reviews. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/Asian. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Asian. Okay, well, how about this? What do you guys think makes for a good hot take? Is there stuff where you're like, okay, this you think of something, you're like, all right, you record it, or maybe it doesn't even get to that point, but you feel like, okay, I think this would be good. Or is it everything? Everything's gonna be good,
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I even have hot takes. I just I'll just react to stuff and be like, I don't know. Most of my takes are like not even, I don't know. I guess I don't even know what a take is. I'm like in my head.
Yeah, once he said to come with some stuff, I'm like,
I'm sorry.
Shit,
Yeah.
I would say if I'm watching someone with a take, I'm like, as long as I can follow your line of reasoning.
Yes.
I also don't like when someone is too certain, but if they're
Okay.
super certain, I will be swayed.
Yeah, confidence.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to actually look like you believe it.
Yes.
That's the problem is there's so many people now where it's like, I got to post something. So it's like, let me just, what's your take on this? And it's like, yeah, I don't know anything about Ukraine. But it's like, I got to get an opinion real quick because I
Yes.
got to
Yeah.
post something. But it's like, if it comes from something you actually know about,
Right.
then it's like the audience, I think, can pick up on that because
Yeah.
they can see that you actually do care.
Yeah.
So it's like, I had a video where I was talking about Shohei Ohtani not actually being a Japanese athlete. Which is like, I think if you start with a funny premise
Yes.
like that,
That's a
it's
funny
like, that's going to
premise.
get your attention because it's kind of crazy. But then I go on and talk about how Shohei Ohtani smiles too much.
Yeah.
And you compare him to like Ichiro.
Right.
Where it's Ichiro to me was like, that is
Yeah.
the quintessential Japanese athlete because
Right.
he's like a mystery.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was very mysterious.
He didn't, I mean, like the rumor about Ichiro, and I'm just doing my bit, but like
Yeah, of course,
the
please.
rumor about Ichiro was that he spoke English perfectly the whole time, but he just pretended not to for like 20 years.
Yes.
So he'd always be on the podium with his translator. But it's like, if you think that he's just faking it, it's so much funnier. That's like Japanese humor right there.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to bring a guy.
I was going to bring a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, to me,
Actually, the
like-
translator couldn't speak Japanese or English,
Yeah,
He's-
it's just his buddy, I
It's just
think.
his friend.
Yeah.
That's
And,
great.
and then to me, like that's clear. Like it's a good bit, and it's a bit. But then, like I think people will see it as a take and be like, actually, he is Japanese.
Yeah, exactly. So you end up going viral just because some
Because
idiot's
people-
trying to correct
right.
you.
People
Exactly.
don't get that. There's
He's from Japan. Yeah.
Yes, you do have. Yes, I feel okay. There's maybe a little insight here about a take being. There's a little bit of a hook, but it's something that people want to like jump in on right away.
Yeah, it's like there's a difference between a take where it's like I have a serious take on like the Middle East versus like I think hot dogs are better than hamburgers.
Yes, people
And-
get upset about it.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. You can. Yeah, there's more nuance in one than the other.
Yeah. We don't want nuance. Fuck that. That's good.
That's the difference, though. If you actually have experience doing stand-up, is like you can't do a hot dog hamburger bit on stage.
Yeah.
It would bomb. If I go on stage and do my Otani bit, it's like I'm going to get some people
You're gonna
who
get
watch
some
baseball,
people.
especially if they're Asian. It's like they're going to
Yes.
they're going to either agree with me or disagree with me.
Yeah.
But it's like you can't just pick something like that and
well,
some meme.
One thing I think you do also with your takes is like there's like a learning moment in a lot of them, like because you were just saying just now about like Shohei Ohtani isn't a Japanese athlete, and that was triggering for me, but also I know that you're going to teach me something about like
Well,
Japanese
I'm not just
culture.
going to stop there.
Yes, exactly.
You know, I'm going to say
Yeah.
something else because
Yes.
it's like clearly I wouldn't just start the whole video wouldn't just me saying he's not Japanese. That'd be silly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
That
feel
would be funny. Just like Shohei Otani's not Japanese.
Just so you know,
and
yeah.
he's gay and so-
well, I think there's a lot of people who don't know how to do takes, and they'll just do that.
Yeah.
They will just say like the controversial thing, and they kind of stop there, or not really like flesh it out, right? The logic.
yeah.
They won't flesh out the logic, right?
There's a lot of stuff that'll be like they'll read the headline and then they'll go, "Oh, really? Yeah, that's what you think?"
Which are the best, I think. Well, I wanted to go through a couple of takes, if that's cool with you guys. Let's see here. One here that this is about. I don't know if you heard this, Dan. Let's see if I can hear it.
Every subject is given the same amount of time. Like, what are the odds that it takes the same amount of time to learn math and science and history? Doesn't it seem like some of those subjects should have run out at some point while the others would have kept going? I mean, if school was actually about learning, wouldn't some school years be a little bit longer while others would be a little bit shorter? That's because school is not set up around learning. It's set up for scheduling. The schedule is paramount, and everything exists to serve the schedule.
Yo, see,
There you go.
that was I
Vote
was
for me for president.
I was also very triggered because my kids are about to go into school,
Yeah.
and like it made me I was like going back and forth on. I was like, is he? Oh my god, is he totally right about that? And I'm like, what would school be like if we didn't focus on it being about a schedule? And then my dad hat kicked in, and I was like, well, where am I supposed to send my kid? You know?
Yeah,
for
just
most of the day.
that's not like me like pitching a new idea for school. But it's like clearly this is a thought that it makes sense because it's like why would everything take an hour to learn?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like that's I think another thing about this game is that the logic totally makes sense, but not that you have a conclusion, but some people will come to a conclusion, and the conclusion doesn't make sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You make an argument, and you have to supporting
Yeah.
arguments.
You have a lot of supporting
you
arguments.
kind of turn it around a couple times.
Yeah,
and at the
yeah.
end, hopefully tie it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what it's the turning it around is a good way to put it. You're just
Yeah.
trying to look at stuff from different.
Oh, different angles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm not trying to convince somebody of something.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not trying to like sell a product. So
Yeah.
it's like,
But can I ask, like, so for like your stuff like that, like, how do you like think of it?
Well, I mean, like you start with the idea, the first part, and then you try to turn it, like you say, you try to turn it around. But this is a thought I've always had in school. It was always like, why are we taking an hour for this? This seems more important than this.
Yeah.
Why am I got to take an hour to learn swimming in school,
Yeah.
and an hour to learn chemistry.
Right.
And it's like one of these things seems more important than the other.
That's interesting because I think that's where like most people's bits and stuff come from. Is just like you do stuff and like well, this makes no sense.
Wait, this makes no
Yeah,
sense.
it just is. And it's also for something like that. It's like I know this is going to be somewhat relatable
Yeah.
because everybody has to go
Everybody has
all
to
over
go
the
to
world. School works exactly the same
Yeah,
way.
school always works the same way.
And the reason they do it is like you're saying, is because logistically you got to drop your kids off.
Yeah.
And then every class, every school year does have to be the same length because that's how it has to work.
Right.
But that's not actually helping anybody learn.
Right.
This is helping somebody fall into a system.
Right. Yeah. I think that was the thing for me was like I realized that I do have to plug him into the my kid into the matrix, I guess, so to speak. You know,
Yeah.
like, and this is like the first step. And then I got very upset about the fact that I have to also go back into the matrix. Also, like I can't, like being a dad, you sort of realize that like, oh, I could just stay home and take care of my kid, but then I need money in order to do that, and so I have to have money. But then now I don't see my kid, which was the whole point of the first thing in the first place.
Yeah.
And I just went around in circles, and I didn't know, to try to take this to the logical conclusion. I was like, well, what am I supposed to am I supposed to not go to school? It just like made it, and then you get into the homeschooling thing, and then I was like, okay, and I'm fucked.
What's
I'm
funny
completely
about the
in my
way
brain.
school works, if you think about it historically, is that when people were like farmers and it was like kind of agrarian times, you farm until you're done farming. It gets dark outside.
Yeah,
sometimes
you
it's
stop.
early, sometimes it's late, but
Yeah.
it's like you farm until you're done, until your job is done.
Yeah.
But school started artificially. It was artificial from the start. You drop your kids off at the school at 8 o'clock and they're at school until 2 or 3 or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But when work started in the Industrial Revolution, they made work look like school.
Yeah.
So school was the foundation, and then now school reflects work.
Whoa.
But it's like from the beginning, if you're working in a factory, they tell you when to show up and when to leave.
Right.
But that's not actually naturally how, it wasn't about when you're done with your actual what's there to do.
Damn, dude.
But now once you fit people into an artificial schedule like that, it ends up, school is just preparation. So now you know what it's like to be somewhere all day.
Yeah.
I think that's why your takes are good is stuff.
That's also a thing too. You got to hold certain stuff back because I don't want this to look like I'm trying to show off. Here's a thing I just read about.
Well,
so it's you do have to. That is, I think, a mistake a lot of comics make.
Yes.
Is sometimes, especially if I'm at an open mic, you can watch somebody's bit and be like, "Oh, this guy just went on Wikipedia."
And just started going
looked
through
up
stuff.
tennis facts.
Well,
and it's like, no, you don't actually care about that.
Yeah.
I can see that you're just reading off a list. But it's like, no, if it's something that's actually been marinating in your head for a while, you'll have an opinion on it. And since you know a little bit more than other people, it'll be more specific than other people. Yeah.
Well, I like that. Yeah, you don't really go into the conclusion because then you leave it up to people. Like I'm reading this comment here. This person is like, I've known this forever, and it's why I'm choosing to homeschool my child, and everybody's shitting on her, which is amazing. So I just enjoy that. I just enjoy the, I think good bits, good jokes, but good hot takes are like it's like you kind of lay the murder weapon on the table. And then you just leave, you know what I'm saying? And everyone can decide what to do with the murder weapon.
Most of these people don't even watch the video either.
Yeah, that's so true. I feel like nobody's really watching the video.
They're already commenting by the time they get 30 seconds in. So
yes,
that's hopefully, every once in a while you can hit something nice at the end that they quote or something. But most of these people, it's hundreds of comments a day. I think.
My cousin has a 8-year-old, and this kid just on YouTube all the time. And one time we're all together, and he just goes, sometimes like to just go beef in the comments. I'm like, that's
the internet. Yeah, that's everything.
Who's responding.
Yeah.
See, I feel like that kid takes his shirt off. It's like, let's do this.
Yeah, he definitely he's a wild guy, but he's in the comments, probably not watching
just griefing griefing people,
just sending emojis.
That's who you're arguing with. It's a little kid who has some time on his hands.
Yo, wow, yeah, okay. Let's do one from you, Dan. Okay, hold on here. Whoop, hold on, shit.
Clubs and running influencers. I don't even understand the point of a running influencer. Isn't the whole point of running just, damn, I gotta get out of here now, or shit, I gotta get over there quick. I saw a run club the other day after their run, and they're standing in a circle, and I don't know what to even talk about. Just damn, the way you moved one foot in front of the other, that was incredible. I respect that so much. I get that they're mostly for hookups now, but I guess there is something very primal about trying to impress a girl by going yo, look how fast I am. Feels like grade school days when you're yo, watch me do these monkey bars super quick.
And just to read the comments here, I love. There's always somebody who, let's see here. Oh yeah, this person's getting real oh yeah, what are you doing to help your community? Oh, I see. You're just complaining about something that doesn't affect you. I love that. God bless you, lady. Or I think you're a dude. I'm not really sure. I don't care.
I remember that one because I think then all the runners are talking, but I feel like a lot of them get the bit.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that argue with them, and I'm like, perfect.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You
back.
It's like, you're going in, you leave the dagger
on
the table, and then you walk out and you say, hey, whatever happens, happens. But here's the dagger.
And also, I'm like, yeah, I am complaining about it.
Yeah, I am complaining.
And the thing is,
it's
ultimately, I completely understand why running influencing and running clubs exists. It's just, I don't know.
I also, well, here's the thing is I was somebody who was I found, not even on here, but there was a running influencer, and he got banned from the New York City Marathon.
Yeah, that's what.
Was that what started this?
Yeah, and I wanted to make a video about that, but the news blew over, and I just
you couldn't get it.
Yeah.
So first of all, I was like, there's running influencers. To your point, I was like, what are the things? And then this guy was like, if you don't know, he's a running influencer. He was doing the New York Marathon, and he got kicked out because he had a little team with him making content. Mm-hmm. So there was he's running, and there's a guy running backwards with a camera, and you're not supposed to do that, and he got banned from it. And it was just hilarious to me that this thing that sounds like you're supposed to do it alone would have an influencer version. But I guess I also follow people who are influencers in their niche thing. So it was a very interesting world that I didn't know existed. And then you're kind of unpacking of it was a funny thing to me.
It's funny now because I get running influencers because of that on my algorithm.
Oh,
and
shit.
I will watch them. It is kind of
that's true,
soothing.
huh?
It's just a guy, I'm wearing these new Nike shoes, and I'm gonna run this loop today, and then just him on a trail, like, yeah, it's beautiful. I'm like, yeah, it is. It's great.
Okay, now you got me.
I
You're
did
right.
see-
I did see what you're saying.
The part of the run club, I did see that at Prospect Park at the entrance, and there was just a run club in a circle. I'm like,
To just hanging out.
yeah, well, so the thing, part of your comic brain is like, this is so lame, but it's like, is that any lamer than
Yeah.
anything else?
Anything else?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
group exercise.
It's a group exercise.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a run? I did. I tried to do one. This was years ago, and I was like in okay shape, but I didn't like run. And so I was like, I meet up with this run group, and there's like the club. There's like 3 different paces, right? They're okay. We're gonna do like this is the 7-minute club, the group, and this is the 8-minute group, and there's like one last one. And I remember I couldn't even keep. I got dropped from even the last one.
Yeah.
We were running over Manhattan Bridge, or no, Williamsburg Bridge, and I got to the top of the bridge, and I just turned around and I just went back. And I was like, I was like, these guys are running too fast. I cannot run.
And
this
then you can
club."
just walk and be a regular person.
Yeah. They need to have a.
Especially
I'm
if
sure
you're
that-
there to like network.
I don't know.
So,
Yeah.
How can you run and talk at the same time? So
Well,
it's
they
like,
were all doing it, and
Yeah.
then afterwards, they all like went and got like pho or something afterwards. And I was like, I'll just meet you at the pho restaurant.
Yeah.
Can we just do the
Yeah.
pho influencer? I can do that.
I think that's I don't know if it's a New York thing or just how the world has evolved, but like with running clubs like that too, I've not done them, but I assume then there's like 3 people in every club, like they're really good at running.
Yes,
and
yes,
it's their
exactly.
whole personality.
Yes,
they're
it's
kind
the
of
whole
like,
thing.
this is my territory. And it's like, sup, Mike, you bitch. I'm the good runner.
And
I
then,
mean,
they sleep around with like all the different people there. You know, also.
but it's also just I'm probably projecting. I don't know. Comedy is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I think it is just like it's just another group activity.
That's true.
And if you don't want to do CrossFit and actually like do a bunch of shit, and it's like
Just do the running
let's just
thing.
go jog for a little bit.
I guess now that I think about it, there is like the running aesthetic, which I enjoy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Well, it gives you something to do as opposed to like, hey, we're all just gonna meet up and talk, because that is kind of you got to give people an activity.
that's true.
So it's like doing pickleball or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I know people only talk now during podcasts, which is why you're here.
That's true. I mean, the last time I sat down and just talked to people,
Right.
without like, a phone or like, this it doesn't happen outside of pods.
It doesn't really happen. One time, you and I and Young Me, we all hung
That's
out.
right. But it was after a show.
That was after a show.
It counted, but
Right.
it's like we didn't we weren't like, let's all meet up at 2 p.m. here. And,
We had to have an excuse to
Yes,
do the social
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
which was really fun because we talked a lot of shit about people.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the best.
I've seen like networking events though at bars where it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
ad professionals or something.
Yes,
and
yes,
we're all
yes,
going to
yes.
get together and like pass out our business cards.
Yes,
or
yes,
something.
yes.
But it's like, what's this even? How could this possibly accomplish anything? I
No.
never, even doing comedy, people say you're supposed to go to this place and hang out, and it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I
And
feel
it's like, I don't have any money. You don't have any money. Let's talk for a little while.
I'm just going to talk to the people I already know.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's like we could do this somewhere else.
I think maybe the secret sauce to those kind of like meetups where it's like a work like industry meetup is to go there and find the person who also hates it, and then you guys can connect over that.
Yeah, but it's like if we're all trying to find a job. It's like if you went to this thing, wouldn't have a job. So it's like who are we talking to?
Yeah, you're the competition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm supposed to kill you.
Yeah.
That's the secret. Okay, well, we got the last little thing we're gonna do here is if I asked you and I short circuited your brains about hot takes either that you're working on. I don't want to. Hey, bits are hard to come by, so I don't want to take a bit. But is there something the hot take maybe it didn't quite work, or something like that? However, whatever you want to do. But if there's something, I know you guys are going digging through your phones now. Is there anything?
I had something. I think your audience might like this.
Okay, go for it.
My theory of Asian academic excellence
Okay.
is that Asian music doesn't have drums in it.
What?
So there's no rhythm section. So it's like I
Oh.
remember going to my when I was growing up, I had some friends that were white, some black, but I had one friend who was like Taiwanese, and sometimes I'd go to his house after school, and there would just be this like weird string music playing, just quietly in the background.
Yes.
And it's like it was kind of awkward because it's like, yeah, what else is there to do besides study now?
Damn.
So there's no like,
have to study.
we're not gonna dance,
Yeah.
because there's no
I'm not
like,
getting fired
there's
up
no
there.
rhythm section to this. There's no vocals.
Yes.
So it's like it's music that's conducive to reading and like doing homework.
That's why
Whereas
yeah.
like Western music has like this song structure and lyrics and it's like it makes you want to get up and do stuff. Whereas Asian music is almost designed to be in the background.
Yes.
It's white noise almost.
Yeah, well, it's some weird fucking Chinese string instrument from 5,000 years ago that doesn't, the song plays for 30 minutes and you don't realize there's a new song.
Yeah. I wonder if you could study to taiko drumming though. Do you think you could study
taiko drumming? That's like you're going to war.
Oh, yeah,
that's like combat music. We're going to learn some martial arts.
Oh, shit.
But if you go to like Chinatown, there's always like the old Chinese
guy with the
Chinese
with the
lady,
violin.
yeah, with the weird violin, and it's like this dude plays for like 8 hours straight.
Right,
and after it all sounds the same, and it is kind of soothing. So it is almost like
you want to just
the way Spotify has study music now. It's like Asian people have had that for thousands of years.
Yo.
So it's like it's going to add up over time that we're going to be able to just sit down and read for a while.
Did either of you guys go to Kumon?
I went to Chinese school, but not Kumon.
Okay. I wonder, do they play music? Do they play? Nothing. It's just silence.
That's the other thing, too. It's just, that's the reality. It's that you go to most Asian households, traditionally, it is very quiet.
Yeah.
There's a TV playing in like another room.
Yes.
And like, or some like, Chinese stuff playing. And your parents are playing their traditional music.
I think, too, if there is music, it will be classical music.
Yeah.
Something that you're going to
Well, if you go to some people's house, I remember being a kid and going to a house and there's just always like some loud ass sports center shit playing.
Yes.
And it's like, how could anybody possibly get anything done? You just want to watch TV or play video games.
Just hang out. Yeah.
Whereas if you create an environment where there's literally nothing else going on,
right,
you're going to end up, you're a little kid. You don't have an imagination. So you just end up doing what you're supposed to do.
I guess I'll just sit at this desk.
That's so funny that your takes are like, these could be like college theses. Like these are like
well,
things
that's
that
another
need to be
take too, where
researched.
I can say that, and I in my head I already know what the fucking comments are gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna say something about taiko drumming.
Yeah, taiko drumming.
Yeah, they're gonna point out some other like Filipino drum music. And it's like, all right, well, yeah, I'm not, that's not write a law here. But,
yeah.
There's gonna be definitely some kind of like racial argument in there somewhere.
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
And it's I get a lot of that. So it's like for racial stuff, I always try to be careful about, not putting it out the wrong way.
Right. Somebody's gonna.
Whereas I think most Asian people could. That's probably a relatable thing.
Well, it is. At least somebody's saying it. At least somebody, like some Asian persons, they're like, yeah, dude, we are, and I did have to study a lot. Yeah, you might not even be right, but at least somebody
out there right now, go on Spotify and find some traditional Chinese flute music and listen to it for 20 minutes straight. See how you feel.
You'll be doing SAT.
What else are you going to do?
Within
you're
5 minutes.
You're not going to be working out, playing ball.
You're not going to be, yeah. But if you need to fight the Mongols, just turn on the taiko drumming.
Those are the two modes of like Chinese music or Asian music is war and
it's war. Yeah.
Get up or get something done.
Yeah, it's either chill or like it's time to fight the Huns. One of the two. Okay, that's good. How about Dan? Anything?
Nothing that smart.
No, we want something.
I've done stuff like the only people that should be allowed to carry guns are retail workers. I saw a clip of Jerry Springer, the Jerry Springer show, and like they have the panel up there, and the crowd just takes turn roasting them.
Yeah.
And I think that should happen more. Just
to like regular people.
Yeah, I think anyone that's too confident in a take should have to sit up there, and then just a crowd just
in person.
In person, yeah.
Yes.
And if you can hold up, you hold up. Oh, this one's just one I feel it's not that important, but I feel like every like Netflix documentary can be 20 minutes long.
Oh yeah.
I don't need a drone shot or like the neighbors take. I don't know if I go on YouTube and I watch like police interrogation footage a lot. And that's better than any Netflix dramatization because I'm like, this is the raw source.
This is the raw material.
Yeah, and it's way better. And then people think I'm weird, but like these videos have like 10 million views.
Oh yeah.
So
the interrogation thing.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah,
that's like all I watch.
It's always weird to me. I mean, not weird, but like because in the movies those interrogations always are super. Tell us where the body is, Yeah. But in reality, it's like. Oh, okay, so just like tell me about you. Okay, so then what happened?
Yeah.
It's just a conversation.
But it's like attrition. They try to keep you in the room for 10 hours.
Right.
And eventually you're going to say something.
Yeah.
But I read this true crime book about the murders in Idaho, the college murders.
A couple years ago. That already?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't even know about the story. It was the first time I was learning about it. It was like Boise State.
Yeah.
A bunch of people got murdered in a house. Read this whole book, its whole backstory about this guy, and it's really setting you up. And then the very last chapter is we're waiting on the trial.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the fuck? You couldn't start.
That's so funny.
There's no ending to the story. Come on.
It went through publishing and all that.
Yeah.
Well, they got me. So it's like, you do want to know the story, but it's like, you could have, If you could have started from the beginning and told me there's no ending to this, I wouldn't have
It
started.
would have started.
Meanwhile, I watched a TikTok that did a CGI, it laid out exactly all the movements in the house and stuff, and that was a minute, and I'm like, I get it.
Yeah, I
you
think the
got
guy
it.
was guilty, right? And they just
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, same with you know, the Gabby Petito. You know,
Is
her.
that the one? She was like in a van or something?
She was in a van with her boyfriend,
Yeah.
and it's like this long thing, and ultimately it was just a, you know, it I don't want to make it sound trite, but it was just like they got mad at each other and he killed her, you know?
Yeah.
And there's like this whole thing they're trying to do, and it's very tragic, of course, but it's like it's sort of nothing, you know?
Yeah, I don't really care about their upbringings or their families.
Yeah, they
It's
go
like,
back
this is a
and
sad
they
story.
talk to this other best friend, and I'm sort of like, okay. I mean, they were like 22, like they don't really have lives yet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is sad, but you know, like there's nothing going on. How do we even get here? Oh, because you're hot take.
Oh yeah, I don't
a
really
good one.
these are just things I mutter to myself from time to time.
I feel like with the documentary thing, though, it's like you can see how hard it is to pull something like that off. Knowing that you only have a 15-minute story, but
Right.
stretching it out to 4 hours.
Yeah.
That is such an art form.
Well, have
and
you-
being able to keep people around and like, yeah.
Have you ever watched the? I mean, like I feel the version of this is, you know, like Dateline NBC. You know those
Yeah.
where they do a
Yeah.
thing like that, and they have to do it because the format is 60 minutes long, right?
Yeah.
And so they'll have this thing, and then they put it on YouTube. And if you watch one of them, it's like anytime you watch Law and Order, you as soon as you watch 1 minute, they've got you. And
Yeah.
now you got to watch the whole fucking thing because they know how to keep your attention, even though they've said nothing. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude, if you like that, you got to get.
You got to
Your
get into these
entire audience.
interrogation videos.
Yeah, watch our YouTubes and then go watch police interrogation footage.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I feel here's sort of a thing. If you wanted to, if for the young kids out there want to get into the beefing in the comments and want to get into the hot take game, is there something you think you need to do in order to prepare for it? So I feel like, for example, Dan, you do a lot. I feel you're a reader. You read a lot? Mm-hmm. Okay. What kind of stuff you read? Is there like a list?
I'm
of
always
things?
reading stuff. It's not
Okay.
nonfiction, fiction stuff.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right.
I think that is a tip, though, if I was ever going to give advice to like a young person who's trying to get into this sort of thing, even comedy, you're always going to be better off if you know a bunch of stuff about a subject.
Right.
If you're really into football and you really know a lot about football, you have some specific thing that other people don't know.
Right.
And that's going to really help you out when
Yeah.
you're talking about something.
Right.
So if you, it doesn't matter what it is, because every kid naturally gravitates to something.
Yeah.
But like, if you really know a lot about cars, then you're going to have an opinion about cars that other people are going to find interesting. Mm-hmm. But the place that people make a mistake is they're trying to be relatable. So you see this a lot with comedy,
yes.
where it's like when someone first starts doing comedy, they're doing an impression of what they think a comedian
Right.
sounds
Right.
like.
Right.
So they're talking about, you know, they're doing Seinfeld basically.
Yeah.
But it's like, I can watch somebody and know you don't even care about this.
Yep.
Whatever, you probably have something you do care about that's way more interesting, but you're just ignoring it.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to
you
fit.
don't think that anyone's going to care about that.
Yeah, I remember when I first started doing comedy in San Diego, I was doing open mics, and there was this one guy, he went up, I saw him do his first couple sets, and it was just bullshit open mic stuff.
Yep.
And then afterwards, I was talking to him, and it turned out he was like a male porn star.
Oh, what the fuck?
And I'm like, dude, that could be your entire act. And
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
like, oh, you think people would find that interesting? it's like, yeah, I think
oh,
they
but
would.
I got so many stuff about dictionaries.
Yeah, I want to talk about taking the bus. It's like, no, you got a thing. Do that thing.
That's so funny too, because like I mean, I'm not a male porn star, but there's little things that like I am sure you've all done this. Like you'll say just some little thing you do, and everyone's like, "That's so weird. That's
Yeah.
not normal."
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
when you like, if you're a male porn star, to him it's like, "Well, I work in porn. Everybody knows a porn
Well,
star. This
yeah.
is so
Well,
normal."
I was talking to him,
Who,
he was-
who wants to talk about my day job? It's so
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah,
you
he
know?
was like, man, being a porn star is a pain in the ass, though. It's not even, you got to be there all day
like
long.
that's already a joke right there.
Exactly. That is
Yeah,
so
they never
funny.
have any good snacks.
Specificity like that is always going to be better than trying to actually
Yes.
be relatable in
Yes.
general.
Yeah, don't be really. Yeah, I like that. I love that. Yeah, Danny, any?
I don't know. I was like better
tips?
advice than anything I can.
No,
I guess
that's
the only
good.
thing if you're trying to start is like it's free to start. You can
Oh, it's true.
do
Just
it.
jump. Just
Yeah.
jump into it. Yeah.
And you're going to hate it. I think that's the biggest thing for me was like, it is cringe, but it's like, I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Yes, there
Yeah.
is that aspect. I feel. Sometimes I'll talk to people who, you know, I can tell they want to be content creators or get into that, but,
Yeah.
but it's so cringe. All of it's so cringe. I was like, yeah, it's cringe.
There's like comics that we know that I think are very funny that won't do it. I'm like, yeah, I get why not, but like, no, you're not gonna. It's free to do, and
It's
no one
free to
really
do.
cares.
There's not really.
There's only
there-
an
yeah.
upside, really.
There's
Yeah.
only an upside. There's only Yeah, it's just what what else? What
You're
else
already
would you do?
sitting in your car.
You're already sitting there.
Yeah.
That's why everybody does it in their car because it's like you're already there. in the
I
car.
am jealous of LA comics for that, as they have the car as a studio.
Yes.
Right.
I'm jealous of Josh Johnson. Where it's like, man, this dude just gets so much stage time.
Yeah.
You can just film every set in front of a huge theater. It's that's the dream right there.
Yeah. To
If
just,
I could be doing stand up like that all the time, I would. But it's like, it's tough.
he's the only person I think I'm sure I've said this before where he is really good. Obviously, he's funny, but he is able to like spin the yarn for a very long time, and you're okay with going on it, even if there's not like a huge joke at the end.
He's doing it in front of a paid audience too. That is wild to me.
Yeah. So the rest of us are just in front of a blue screen or where the fuck it is.
I
on the roof.
I only do the green screen because I have no good angles in my apartment that look.
Oh my god, that's another thing I was thinking about. Yeah, there's no good angles.
I wish I had
a
a wall of like cool art and stuff, but it just I'm literally in front of my my door.
People ask why I sit so close to the camera. It's just my room's a mess. So I don't want to move all this shit out of the way. So
well, that's the last thing is the format. I feel finding the format because you did a bunch of stuff and then you started doing like your things that are in for 2024 on the roof, and I felt like for some reason that locked everybody. Everybody's like, yeah, okay, now I'm in. Now I'm like, now I know what Dan Yang's about. He's the roof guy with the shorts.
Yeah.
You know
what's funny is I was doing a lot of lists to start, and then people were like, oh, you're a list guy, and then I purposely stopped doing lists because I didn't want to
want to do list guy.
Yeah.
List guy.
Yeah. But I don't know. You just kind of
what you have.
You just do what you think, and then you move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I treat it like tweeting. Yeah, just low impact.
Yeah, when I first started, now it's like I feel like I got more pressure because there's people watching. But it's like I would fire off all kinds of shit all day.
Oh yeah.
Just because when you're first posting and you get no response anyways, it's like might as well do this 10 times in a row.
Right.
That's true. Once you build an audience, you're like I gotta make sure these losers.
Now
are
I feel
happy.
bad. It's like, yeah. I mean, I don't want to waste anybody's time at this point. But.
Right.
How long does it take you to like write one of yours?
Much longer than it looks.
Oh yeah,
I believe it. Yeah,
I spend a lot of time on all the writing. That's the thing too, is if you actually, that's what most people get wrong, is that they are like pulling out their phone while they're on their way to the store and trying to fire something off. But it's like if you take a couple minutes to actually think this through, you'll come up with something so much better and crisper, and you won't have to edit it. But it's like I think that's also comes from doing stand-up.
Yep.
You're used to analyzing every line and making sure there's kind of an impact. Whereas it's not. It looks like it's just talking,
right?
Which I think a lot of people.
Which is a skill.
There's the illusion is that it's just like off the dome, but in reality you've done it a few times. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, whenever I've been trying to do more of these, and the first video is always crap, and then I'll stop, I'll like delete that video, and I'll just try to say this whole thing again in the second video, and that one's like way better. It's like 80% better.
I'll do that sometimes.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll do a thing where like I'll see the final cut, and I'm like, oh, there's certain punchlines I could have hit. But I'm like, fuck it, I just gotta.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. Yeah. I gotta go play basketball
or just sit on the couch and do something else.
But it doesn't even have to be perfect though. As long as you got you got something in there, it's gonna work.
Do you feel too that I don't know how to say this, like is like the bar lower on social media?
Than stand up?
Then stand up or whatever. Do you feel like you can just get away with
You don't
stuff?
actually have to be funny in these videos.
Yeah, 100%.
True.
Yeah,
there's no.
Yes.
I mean, like
You don't have to be
some
funny.
of my stuff gets pretty heavy, and it's like
does.
that works just as well as being funny. Whereas in stand up, it's like it feels awkward if you're actually up there preaching. So it's like,
Yeah.
There's times like some of my videos that do well, I'm like, oh, maybe I should like turn that into a bit. But then I'm like, if I'm doing this on stage, I would want more of a punchline.
More punch.
Because on their phone, it's kind of just like.
well, it's almost like a FaceTime call.
Yeah,
Right,
You're just
right.
talking
You're
to
just
them
hearing-
directly,
you're just hearing
and it's like
somebody.
it's just an idea that's interesting, and then gives them something to think about.
No, okay, all right.
Yeah, stand up is still harder than I think than.
Oh yeah,
You gotta have
100%.
you gotta have payoffs and stuff like that. All right, well, thanks for joining us on the show, guys. Dan and Dan.
Yeah.
Where can our fans find you and your work?
Instagram, Dan Harumi. There's a dot after Dan, and then YouTube, same thing.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm a real Dan Yang on everything, and I should start posting more on YouTube after this. I'm like, yeah, maybe I should, but Instagram, whatever.
Yeah. You guys have podcasts too?
Oh yeah, I have a podcast that's not good, but I've been doing it is consistent.
Okay.
Try Salami podcasts on YouTube, Spotify, and everything. It's
Yeah.
me and my friend Dominic.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. Well, be sure to check those guys out. Of course, you can always check us out at Asian Not Asian Pod. I'm on there. Nice Pants Bro. Our Hack City show is every second Friday of the month. Let me see when the next one is. The next one is, looks like August 8th. So be sure to check that out, or maybe if this doesn't come out in time, September 12th. It'll be fun. Either way, it's always a good time. Thank you to the Dans. They're already on their phones, and it's amazing. But that's why I love these guys. All right. Thanks. Until then, bye.
Yep.